Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's your world? How's life? Had a headache last night. Did yesterday's video, published it, laid down, and then woke up this morning. Which sucked because I was really hoping to get the build video of the the headphone stand up, but I didn't get to finish editing. I think I have the rough cut done. I think it clocks in at like 20 minutes or something like that, and I have to. I want to get this one down to like 6 minutes maybe. So take 20 minutes, compress it to 6, and still tell a story. Yeah, I'm also considering doing long form videos like that. There's a whole lot of channels that you can go watch build headphone stands, and they all try to keep their videos under 10 minutes. And, I didn't necessarily about headphone stands. This could be about anything. Everybody tries to do this sped up footage and like quick, concise content. And I'm also pondering maybe I should just put up long form building content. Just like, I probably have not an hour of usable footage in a stand like that, but 20 minutes, I could make the video very concise in 20 minutes, and it's more of just like a come hang out and watch me work kind of video. So I don't know, been thinking about that. But anyway, yesterday I told you I wanted to talk about work and this imposter thing. We talked a while back about imposter syndrome and how I felt like what I was doing was extremely basic and extremely and not worth the price that people seem to be willing to pay. And that was when I was just an IT guy writing software because I enjoy learning, right? And now I'm a software guy. Now I write software. That's what I do. I'm officially a software developer. And I've been doing this job now for a week and a half. And yesterday, Monday, it started to occur to me. Yesterday, it really hit me. I'm finally in the groove of understanding the flow of the particular framework we are using at my job. A framework is just a set of rules, essentially. No, that's not the way to put it. A framework is a set of shortcuts to doing something. So in programming, if you want to print something on the screen, you would have a command that's like print, and then you'd have to put some quotations and this exclamation point or this semicolon. I can't talk tonight. Maybe some parentheses in there, and then you'd have to, if you're doing it on the web, you need to wrap that in an HTML header and do all this other stuff. And a framework or a templating engine says, don't worry about all that crap. Just give me a simple shortcut command. Maybe it's just a couple of brackets or whatever, and then tell me what you want to do, and I'll take care of all the stuff for you. So you don't have to constantly write this stuff. And so that's what we're using. And what we're using is called Laravel, and it's a very, very widely used enterprise level framework. It's big. Large companies are using Laravel for their sites. It's pretty straightforward, and I'm feeling comfortable. And I started getting comfortable in it on Monday, and then yesterday, I really just had the epiphany, right? The project that I have adopted is only a few years old, and the person who was previously developing on this project had been a developer for at least 5 years at this employer. I don't know what his time frame was like prior to that, but he's a professional software developer. He moved on and got a higher paying professional software developer job. And as I'm going through this code, it is horrid. I thought I was a hack. I thought, the imposter syndrome was telling me that I'm not good at this. I'm just hacking my way through this. But the truth is, I am way better than this guy at writing functioning code that is readable and maintainable. And it blew my mind. It was just like, wow, maybe I'm just selling myself way short because, man, You know, there's the horror stories. Every programmer has these horror stories about inheriting some legacy code that was written a decade ago and nobody knows how to maintain it. Now it's your job to figure it out. And, you know, that's essentially what I've walked into, is this code that is a little bit scattershot. The way that things were done on this particular application, it's a very simple, very small application. And this person decided to build it with tools that are used to build gigantic, like super enterprise level websites, and completely unnecessarily complicated things. And then on top of that, you know, if you need to, say, look up something in a database. So a database is just a store where information goes, right? If I need to look up something, there's a command for that. Go get this. And that's the same regardless of how you do whatever, okay? That stuff, that programming, that is programming, but it's so basic, it's so understood and normal that it's just a part of everything that you will ever do. The stuff that makes programs work is the stuff when I have to say, all right, I know this stuff is over here and I want to get this stuff out of here, but I want to do it in this tricky fashion where it's based on the last 3 days versus the next 3 days versus, you know, the time of day versus the number of people involved. And I need to write logic that wraps all this stuff up into a nice, clean search function or search algorithm, so that when I go get this data, I'm only pulling out what I need instead of pulling out everything and then digging through it. You have to write logic. And that's the stuff I'm talking about. His logic code is so unnecessarily bad, I'm not even sure how it functions. I understand what the page is supposed to do. And in some cases, the pages do what they're supposed to do. In some cases, they don't do it at all and completely need to be rewritten. And looking at it, it's just like, I'm more inclined to kill it and rebuild it than to try to fix it, because it's bad. But, you know, I'm not here to crap on somebody else's project. What I'm here to say is that there's always that time in your life where you feel like maybe you don't know what you're doing. Maybe people tell you, oh, you did this, that's amazing. And you go, no, not really. I just kind of did it. And they're like, no, it's amazing. You should probably maybe listen to them a little bit, because you're probably a lot better than you give yourself credit for. Unless you're an egotistical maniac. And then you're probably terrible. I tried to be humble, but man, this guy sucked. Here we go. But I feel good. I feel like I've got a grasp on it. I feel like I can quickly turn this project around. And also, progress is moving forward with the project that I was personally taking on from my old employer. So I've got lots on my plate right now, and I really enjoy that. But I'm really getting tired of listening to training and material. I just want to bang on keyboard and make computer go beep boop. Thank you for being here, as always. Thank you for watching and liking, commenting, and subscribing, and being amazing people, being my friends, being just wonderful. I love you. You're my Valentines. See you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from Wikipedia. What do Canadians call Canadian bacon in Canada? In Canada, the term Canadian bacon is not used. The cut of meat from the loin is referred to as back bacon. In southern Ontario, pea-meal bacon, as it's referred to there, is a similar product, however, is not smoked but rather set in brine.